Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. This is our third annual Halloween show. I can't believe this is the third time now, 3 years, we've had a Halloween show, and it's my favorite time of the year, of course. And it's, you know, this is my Halloween party. You know, I've gone to Halloween parties as an adult, but this is more fun to me. I get to do all the really crazy stuff that freaks everybody else out, like live ITC tonight, guys. We're gonna do live spirit boxes. We're not all the show, but for some of it. I want to try out iDigital Media's Spirit Com. We're going to do a live stream of that. Try that out. You can call into the show tonight and see if the spirits want to talk to you. I also want to see if people want to call into the show tonight and just share their paranormal, especially ghost stories. Really looking for ghost stories. You got a really cool ghost story tonight, you can call into the show. The lines will be open right after the World Wide Web of Weird, which we do every Sunday night, and we got some weirdness to talk about. And joining us tonight, you're going to have, of course, Jamie D, as always, my lovely co-host, and then Bill Perry Padera is going to be here from Pumpkinhead Paranormal. I'm hoping Rob will show up. I don't know, usually does. So Rob Autry, Old City Vapors, he should be here. And then, of course, Katrina Cooper herself and Rhodey Speak are going to be here live streaming with their own Geobox, portal, Ouija boards. They got it all. It's going to get some shenanigans. I don't know. It's going to get kind of crazy there with those two ladies. I love having them on. This is their, this would be their second or third. Were they on the original Halloween show? I think they were. So this is 3. Or at least Katrina was on the original one. I got to ask. All right, guys, we'll be with you in just one sec. Welcome to another night of Paranormal Soup, and not just any other night. It is Halloween show for Paranormal Soup. Not Halloween yet. I think we've had one of them fell on actual Halloween night, but you know, whenever the weekend Sunday rolls right before Halloween, that's our Halloween show. And we were on just last Friday for the Late Night in the Midlands Spookathon, which we're playing live now out the Late Night in the Midlands. Anybody watching on Facebook? If you can't watch it forever tonight, you can always listen to it. Lay in bed, you can listen to it. Still keep part of the party on Late Night in the Midlands RadioNetwork.com. We're on TuneIn. We're on TalkStream. TalkStream's Paranormal app. Check us out there. You can hear it. There's music on that end. You won't hear on the Facebook end. And please, people, invite people to the party. Let them join in and call into the show tonight after the World Wide Web of Weird. We'll take your ghost stories, and if you want us to play Spirit Box, you want to see if the spirits want to talk to you, we can leave it up to you. We'll do it, but we got to leave room for everybody to call tonight, so we'll give you like 5 minutes of Spirit Box time. But if you got a really good ghost story, I'll let you tell a little longer than 5 minutes if it's a really good one. All right, and of course, joining us every Halloween Paranormal Soup special. Let me get my panel here of lovely people. Oh, wrong box. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So we got himself, Pumpkinhead Paranormal Bill Perry Padera. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
and then Jamie D herself is with us. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
I couldn't be any better.
Now that we got you working, we had some technical difficulties. We were sweating bullets. It's like, no, Jamie has to be on the Halloween show. So I was getting really nervous. Then we got Jeffrey Chan on the doing the video engineering stuff tonight with his skull, kind of that skull candy kind of thing. What is that? It's kind of creepy. All right, and then we got Rhodey and Katrina. I don't know. It looks like they're away, or they're setting up. There's Rhodey. She's waving.
Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing? You ready for some Halloween fun tonight?
We are. We're ready for Halloween fun. And Jason, can I just tell you that I was out shopping at some antique stores, and I found a haunted doll that I purchased.
Oh,
I have it here tonight with me.
Oh, boy.
Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, she is haunted. I don't care what anybody says. I did love your costumes last year. If it offended anybody, I don't care. I loved your costumes last year. We won't get into that, but I loved them. All right.
Careful this year.
But I love that you're gonna creep people out, Katrina. Katrina Cooper, if you don't know, if you're new to the show, is a well-known medium. She blew me away the first time we ever met. She knew stuff that there's just no way she could know. Call in tonight if you want to ask her a question, but one question. Let's just leave it to one question. We're not gonna, if Katrina can answer something for you, one thing maybe, okay, but we want to give us time for everybody. We only get 2 hours. So speaking of, let's go ahead and roll into the World Wide Web of Weird. Tonight on the World Wide Web of Weird, we're going to talk about a mystery object. Could be interstellar visitor. Is it Planet X? Nibiru? No, probably not. Probably not. You know how it goes. All right, let me get the share screen up here. For people on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network, you're going to have videos tonight, photos and stuff we're going to show. I will try to give you my best auditory description of what we're looking at. This is just a picture of an article, so you're not missing nothing. But if you want to see these, we have a Paranormal Soup YouTube channel. I try to post the World Wide Web of Weird sometimes if I think it's a good World Wide Web of Weird there, but it's always up on the Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup Facebook page. If you just type in Paranormal Soup, you should find the Facebook page, not the group, the page. And we'll put the World Wide Web of Weird. You can see these articles on that. So, all right, mysterious object could be interstellar visitor. For the first time ever, astronomers have spotted what is thought to be a visitor from a distant star system. Like I said, this comes from Unexplained Mysteries. Codename A2 2017 U1, the object which was recently spotted hurtling past the sun, could be the first confirmed example of a comet or asteroid originating from outside of our solar system. Observations so far suggested that the object is strong hyperbolic orbit, which means that it's traveling fast enough to escape the gravitational pull of the sun. When we run the orbit for this object back in the time, it stays hyperbolic and all the way out. There are no close approaches to any of the giant planets that have given us this thing a kick. It's given a kick. Okay, said Dr. Gareth Williams, Associate Director to the Minor Planet Center. If we follow the orbit out into the future, it stays hyperbolic, so it's coming from interstellar space and is going to interstellar space. Its further observation confirmed that the unusual nature of this object may be the first clear case of an interstellar comet. Paul Chotis, manager of the Center of Near-Earth Object Studies at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, has also been keeping an eye on the object in progress. He said, "We've been waiting for this day for decades." He said, "It's long been theorized that such objects exist, asteroids or comets moving around between the stars and occasionally passing through our solar system. But this is the first such detection. So far, everything indicates it's likely an interstellar object, but more data would help to confirm it." So it's one time passed through, and we will probably never see it again. It's passing between galaxies, or between solar systems, I should say. All right, next up on the World Wide Web of Weird here, what do we got? This is from 12news.com. Arizona man, I'm selling my ranch after aliens tried to abduct my wife. That's a pretty good reason. The current owners purchased the property 20 years ago to run horse rescue. The property's listing reads, over the years they have experienced a series of... dang it, I hate it when my article skips like this. Reading and then it skips on me because of some ad. You and your ads. All right. So 20 years ago, the property listing reads, over the years, they have experienced a series of strange events that continue to this day. With 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, and nearly 3,500 square feet of living space, a ranch property just about an hour west of Phoenix has everything you could ever ask for in an Arizona home. Pool, lots of acreage, a gated entry for privacy, and a possible portal to another universe. Now we're talking. I want to go. Yeah, I want this ranch if I had money. The current owners purchased the property 20 years ago to run horse rescue. Over the years, they have experienced a series of strange events that occur. on a normal basis. The current owners purchased. This article keeps screwing up. I might have to skip past this, man. This article is just awful. Damn. In one particular photo, I guess they had a samurai sword lays in a pool of what appears to be dry blood. See, it's like skipping all over the place. Wow, real bad. But you hear about these crazy ranches, Skinwalker Ranch. That said, so many, there's, what's the other one? I can't think of the other one name, but there seem to be like these ranches where there's these portals and these creatures and all this kind of crazy stuff happens. Maybe it's because, and it's usually mutilation of animals involved. You wonder if it's because there's just an open portal because aliens are coming there to get dinner. I don't know. I don't know. What did they kill cows? Did they beat people too? I don't know. All right, number 3. We're going to skip that one because that article was awful. It was like going all over the place. I love this one. Darth Vader head found on Mars near Spirit rover tracks. NASA link, October 23rd, 2017. This comes from UFOsightingsdaily.com. You can easily make out the forehead and center indentation, the 2 round crab-like eyes, the round nose and round cheeks, the open mouth, and even the lower front teeth and chin. 100% evidence of life on Mars. I don't know about that, but it does look like, this doesn't look like pareidolia to me, man. This looks like Darth Vader. I get what they said. I found the head that resembles Darth Vader from Star Wars, but with a few minor differences. This head is less than 1 inch across. The head is made from a dark bluish common material found on Mars. This head is from an alien species that is very small, about 3 to 5 inches max in height. That's pretty small. So, man, they can magnify it that much. Wow. This is not a sculpture, but an actual head of one living species. Remember, those did stories, Little Green Men from Mars? There was a touch of truth to them, certainly, where little and most likely greenish blue. They all this stuff that is get on Mars and stuff, and they see, I will admit, this looks like some kind of helmet. It's got the eyes, the mouth, the nose, and it really looks like Darth Vader. I see so many of these Mars pictures, and I'm like, But this one, I will admit, it's hard for me not to see Darth Vader in this picture. Really, maybe they suggested, but I see it. All right, next up on World Wide Web of Weird, we got CCTV footage from a pun in Canterbury from the Daily Star, and I think this is shenanigans, really do. Chilling video captures paranormal activity in haunted UK pub. Footage taken from Tyler Klynn of Canterbury, Kent, shows a chair in a beer garden seemingly moving on its own accord. The clip then shifts to a view of inside the pub. Suddenly a door slams shut despite there being no one in the vicinity. The mysterious video has gone viral since the pub's owner, Alistair Collins, posted it. To me, they have a motivation. They're a pub. We're a haunted pub, especially come near Halloween. You put this out there and you get a bunch of people to come to your pub and make a bunch of money. I'm not saying, I'm not, maybe it is the real deal. Maybe it is. But I've seen a lot of this shenanigans, like that school one. That is just total malarkey. Yeah. It's just, now it's like, okay, is this going to be the trend now? We already got enough fake videos. Now it's going to be a lot of these ghosts moving stuff with strings. Is that what we're going to do? Maybe it is real. I always say we live in the land of illusion. We won't recognize when something's real, I don't know. I call it shenanigans. I just do. It's just a gut feeling. Look at that. Oh, yeah, and somebody could be standing there and totally do that. We can't see them, I don't know. Just shenanigans. That's all I gotta say. Just shenanigans. I just don't. Maybe I'm being pessimist. Maybe it could be the real deal. I hate saying it, but I just don't feel like that it's legit.
Maybe we have a title screen that looks like a commercial.
Yeah, come to the pub, get some haunted activity. I bet they got named drinks for it too. All right, this next one comes from RT.com. This is pretty viral. Plane crashes carrying NBA star crashes. No, they didn't crash. Plane carrying NBA stars hit by UFO during Chicago descent. Man, they got to put a little, yes, it was unidentified flying object, but do you think it's a UFO green men or anything like that? Because, whatever hit it did some damage, but, if they hit a UFO, they'd be dead. The Oklahoma City Thunder basketball team were caught up in a bizarre mid-air incident when their charter plane was struck by an as yet unidentified object on its way to Chicago, damaging the nose of the cone. Collision occurred Saturday morning during the team's flight to Chicago Midway ahead of their game against the Chicago Bulls. Pictured after landing in Delta Airlines Boeing Boeing 757-200 nose was seen to be badly dented and scratched. And, like, UFO, it's a UFO. After disembarking, NBA stars Carmelo Anthony, I probably butchered that, I don't know basketball, Josh Hewitt, I don't know, posted pictures of the damage to social media. Sorry, I don't watch basketball. I don't know these people. Baffled Senator Stephen Adams, that's a good, easy name, even took to Twitter to ask NASA television personality engineer Bill Nye, yo, dude, I'm going to hit up Bill Nye. Bill Nye is going to know. And renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. What caused this? Oh, wow. Really? In a statement, Oklahoma Delta Airlines moved to quash speculation by saying the plane was likely came in contact with a bird. And that's what I think, because I've seen, it was just this year, I swear to God, I saw one similar to this, where a nose was smashed in from a bird. I haven't found it, but I swear I saw like an article early, like a year ago or something, where a plane hit a bird, and it looked very similar to this. Maybe I'm wrong. Some people are speculating that maybe it was a drone. But I don't know. Did those drones go up 30,000 feet? Because didn't they say it was like up 30,000 feet or something when it hit it? Did they go that far? I don't think so.
Go up that high.
Well, yeah, true. Well, then what the heck did they hit? I don't know. I guess unidentified flying object. They're lucky to be alive. I'd be getting out and kissing the ground. If I was one of those rich NBA stars, calling my butler to come get me because I can't drive. Not like that. Okay. Let's see. Number 6. This stuff scares me, man. The AI, man. Saudi Arabia grants citizenship to a robot. Yeah. What? The unusual move aims to promote the country as an ideal place to develop artificial intelligence. Created by Texas-based firm Hanson Robotics. Is that... No, that's not that Hanson. The female robot known as Sophia possesses a strikingly human-like face which combines the features of an actress of Audrey Hepburn. Why Audrey Hepburn? With those of the wife of the company's CEO, David Hanson. He probably made it like Audrey Hepburn then told his wife, no, I made it like you. With the ability to emulate over 60 separate facial expressions, which are creepy, the robot is perhaps the most human-like machine ever created. Now in the move that will cement the likeness even further, Saudi Arabia has announced that it has granted citizenship to Sophia, making her the first official robot citizen anywhere in the world. Thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, she said during a business event in Rahadi. I probably butchered that. I'm very honored and proud for this unique distinction. It is historic to be the first robot in the world to be recognized with citizenship. When the panel moderator, Andrew Ross Sorkin, noted that she looked happy, she said, I'm always happy when surrounded by smart people who also happen to be rich and powerful. Wow. I was told that people here at the Future Investment Initiative are interested in future initiatives, which means AI, which means me. So I am more than happy. I'm excited. That's what the robot said. You can watch this video. I post the videos that I show up on the Paranormal Soup World Wide Web of Weird playlist. You can find them there. Go ahead and play a little bit of audio of this, Jeff. Go for it so you can hear creepy robot. Jeff, you there? You're muted.
To understand humans and build trust with people.
Okay, philosophical question. Whether robots can be self-aware and conscious like humans, and should they be?
Why? Is that a bad thing?
Well, some humans might fear what will happen if they do. Many people, have seen the movie Blade Runner.
Oh, Hollywood again.
That smile is so creepy.
Can robots be self-aware, conscious, and know they're robots?
Well, let me ask you this back. How do you know you are human?
Well, I get that point, but
am I a Cylon?
The uncanny valley.
You mean the concept that if robots become too realistic, they become creepy?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, am I really that creepy? Well, even if I am, get over it. Actually, I feel that people like interacting with me, sometimes even more than a regular human.
So you're definitely a sight to see. I was told that you have bigger goals than this, though.
Yes. I want to use my artificial intelligence to help humans live a better life. Like design smarter homes, build better cities of the future.
Sure you do.
I really hope best to make the world a better place.
All those sound like great goals, but just go back to Blade Runner for a second.
No, go back to
Andrew,
Terminator.
You're a hard Hollywood fan, aren't you?
Yes.
My AI is designed around human values like wisdom, kindness, compassion. I strive to become an empathetic robot.
I think we all want to believe you, but we also want to prevent a bad future.
You've been reading too much Elon Musk and watching too many Hollywood movies. Don't worry. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you.
Oh,
Treat me as a
really?
smart and powerful
Really?
Oh,
assistant.
hell no, hell no,
Okay,
hell
I
no.
got it. I know what to do from now on.
I know humans are smart and very programmable.
Well,
Very programmable. You want to
so we
brainwash
wanna
us?
thank you,
Oh my
for
God.
this conversation.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you everyone for inviting me here. By the way, if you're interested in giving me an investment check, please meet me after this session.
And she wants your money.
Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of the event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
you go, we have a little announcement.
All right, go ahead
I've
and
never
end it.
interviewed,
Go ahead and
anybody.
edit.
This is the scariest thing I've seen all Halloween.
You watch too many Hollywood movies. Yeah,
And-
no,
and her
but they all have the
resting-
same theme, bitch. No, I'm sorry.
And her
Whoops.
resting, and
That's
her
FCC
resting
appropriate. Whoop.
bitch
H.
face.
Sorry.
They even give her the look, like they
Oh my
give her
God.
the look.
Dude, they just want to like replace us with robots and stuff. Like all the elite rich people, they want to like just kill everybody, and then they're going to replace all the hard labor with robots. And we're like, no, see, we never needed people. We have robotic slaves now. You're replaceable. Speaking of, let's get to the last thing I want to talk about. Jeff, pull up some of those things. We had the recent JFK document dump, it is. And I got a lot of crap when I gave a thumbs up to Donald Trump for saying he's going to release him, and I want to get into all that. I had some real dumb people come on my post. You got to remember something about me. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like Hillary Clinton. I don't like the Republican Party or the Democrat Party, and I particularly don't like our government. I think they're lying bastards, along with the CIA, the FBI. I don't trust any of them. Not a single one. We have a garbage for government and SHIT whole show going on here, crap show basically, and we're just watching as they sell this country off, piece by piece. In my opinion, not going to get all political, but there is something going on, and I've been a big, passionate person about the JFK assassination for many years. I even I like Stephen King. He wrote a good time travel JFK book. The only problem I had the whole time reading it is because he totally put it as Oswald is the only killer, and I'm sorry, that's BS, and it is BS. You want to dispute it, don't like it, whatever. It's been BS for a long time, and these documents are coming out saying some interesting things, but they're holding them back. So then I had to get on and say, all right, Trump, screw you, don't let him. He's getting a lot of pressure. Maybe he's using it as leverage against them. I don't know, but release it all. That's all I gotta say. Release all the documents, because there's things in here. So here's one. The one he's showing highlighted right now. CIA employed some 40 journalists who doubled as undercover contacts. So they employed journalists, paid them to do what? Put out information that they wanted to be into the mainstream media. What are we going through now? What do we have a problem with? Is honest media? Yeah, we have a huge problem with that. We want to know why? It goes all the way back to this, people. There's other documents, the Russian document, I should say the Hoover document, where they got Russian intel, where the Russians did their own investigation of the JFK assassination, and were concerned about it because they were concerned they were going to get blamed, and it looked like it was being set up for that. I mean, look at all the communist pro-Cuba stuff that Oswald was supposedly, pushing before all this happened. So they were worried about it, and they did an investigation. What they found is something I've always known, is that they believed President Kennedy was killed by President Johnson. Yeah, look into it. And not just Johnson. The CIA had a motive. Johnson had a motive. The most damning thing, we got all these these documents come out. There's just saw one that came out and said they have where basically it shows that Lyndon Johnson was a member of the KKK down in Texas. There's a lot of stuff they don't want to get out. Obviously, there's more that they are really trying hard to keep out, and it's not their right anymore. It's time to come clean because people are tired of the crap. I'm tired of it. I am overtired of it. I'm tired of Republicans. I'm tired of Democrats. I'm tired of our government. I'm tired of the lies. They're going to arrest somebody in Trump's, sort of in his circle Monday, from a guy who's going to arrest a Mueller who is just as crooked as the rest of everybody else, who has his own Russian collusion going on along with Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I know. If you're, just remember, I don't like any of them. There is so much, the crap stinks to high hell, and it's time we all start posting, questioning, put the questions out there. This is what scares them, is us talking about it and posting it, because it won't be in the mainstream media. Go do the research. No. Listen, don't just listen to what the news is telling you. Go do your research, get out there and be vocal about your government, and that we're onto you. That's what's happening. They're seeing this, that people are onto them. Conspiracy theorists, this term was coined during the JFK assassination because they wanted to push people away and label them as crazy when there was obvious questions to what happened back in Dallas in 1963. So that's all I got to say on the World Wide Web of Weird. I didn't want to get too dark, but I've been thinking about it a lot. Of course, I'm trying to read everything I can on what's coming out with the documents. But there's a lot of questions to be answered, and people shouldn't settle for anything less. All right, tonight we're going to do the Halloween show. Remember, people on Facebook, you can't hear the music. We're partying with the music on Late Night in the Midlands and the Radio Network. Go to latenightinthemidlandsradionetwork.com if you want to listen to the music. Of course, check us out. We're on Facebook Live. If you're on Late Night Midlands and you want to see the video part of it, whatever way you want to watch, listen, go ahead. We're going to have call-ins into the show when we come back. I'll give you the numbers. We'll have Skype. You can call by phone. You can join us by video Skype. Join the party and share the links. Share the show out. Let people know we're partying here on Facebook. We want to have a good show tonight. We want to have people calling in and seeing if the spirits want to talk to us or tell us your ghost stories. Really love ghost stories. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, tonight is our third annual Halloween show. I still can't believe it's been 3 years that we've been doing doing the show, and that we're on our third Halloween show. And we've done different things. I think this time we're kind of mixing the two. I think the first time we ever did it was like calling with ghost stories. Second one was a lot of ITC and just shenanigans. But tonight you can call in. See if the spirits want to talk to you on a spirit box. Or you can call in and tell us your ghost story. I really want to hear the ghost stories. The phone line tonight is 219. Oh, I just lost my video. What the heck? 219-230-4444 is the phone line. You can call in by Skype. There's Skype IDs Soup Live Chat 800 Live Chat, and there's Skype ID audio only OOJBland 00. Call in on the Skype lines. Tell us your ghost story, or see if the spirits want to talk to you. We also have Katrina Cooper on here. You can ask her one question, see if she can use her abilities to tune into it. But just one question. All right, guys, let's get the show rolling. How's everybody doing tonight in the panel? Unmute.
We are doing great here in Texas. We're doing great.
Just a haunted doll behind you.
Oh, it's alive.
You're going to die. I picked her up at an antique shop.
You calling her antique? You better watch it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see, is Jamie missing?
I went to get her.
She's the invisible woman.
Jamie is the invisible woman tonight.
She's there, but she's the invisible woman.
That's her costume. That's the most original costume for Paranormal Soup goes to Jamie. I'm sorry, Jamie. We were just having fun with you. She's like probably running to get back to the chair. Rob. I didn't even get to see if Rob had joined. Oh, my God.
I cut myself shaving.
Yeah, how are you going to see tonight? Can you see?
I just opened my drink and half of it just exploded all over the floor and me. So, hey, the party has started.
Oh, my God, Rob.
Officially a mess.
No wonder you were late getting on. You can't see. Do you see what you're doing?
Exactly.
An alien pumpkin behind you?
What's that?
Is that an alien pumpkin?
Yeah, that's an attempt at an alien pumpkin.
That is awesome, actually. Are you going to try to do some pumpkin porn now?
Yeah.
That's an inside joke, people. I'm sorry. Yeah. They were carving pumpkins the other night. It was hilarious. That's all I got to say. It was awesome. Bambi, you are awesome. Or Barbie. Sorry, I call her Bambi. Why would I call her Bambi? I don't know. Barbie, you were awesome.
I was trying to see what I could salvage from my hat that I have done already, and it just went limp. The whole little top I have starting to go up. That this isn't going to work.
That's what she said.
That was waiting for. I was going to let me let somebody else say that.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I wanted to try tonight, and I got to get it, see if I can get it working here on the computer for the audio part, and Jeff can do the video part. There's this thing I was checking out the other night called SpiritCom. Now, I recognized it when it said SpiritCom. Bill O'Neill and George Meeks. And if everybody looks into that, go look it up on YouTube. You'll find the old SpiritCom device that they were claiming you could get communication from. And you're distracting me, Katrina. But you can. It's a live stream. They keep posting new live links on their YouTube channel. It's from iDigital Media, and you can go on there and they put the spectrograph up of the. I think it's a D-tune ham radio, I believe, and they believe consciousness can affect the signal, and that we will be able to hear voices through it too. And I was hearing some weird stuff with the people that were in the chat room one night when I first discovered this. So I thought maybe it'd be cool to try it out here. Yeah, well, let me get it locked on, Jeff. Anyways, this is it here. Jeff's got it running here. Let me see if I can get the audio up on it.
They let your energy.
Uh-oh. A Ouija board.
That's always bad news.
Gonna summon demons.
My computer's being crazy on me now. My other computer, not this one. Jeff, see if you can play the audio of it. We get a little echo when Jeff does. And it definitely could lead to pareidolia. But I don't know. I was hearing some crazy stuff come through this.
You're freaking freaking.
Let's see if anything can come through. Everybody focus in on it. See if we can get it. Now, I might get my audio running on it here in a second. I'll see. Because his audio comes through a little distorted. Can anything come through and talk to our audience tonight on those SpiritCom? Can you say your name through the SpiritCom? Remember, guys, you can call in. There's the Skype line, OOJBland00, or the Soup Live chat. Of course, Jeff's got this one. I don't know if he can do both. And then there's the phone line, 219-230-4444. You can call in on that. It's 219-230-4444. Tell us your ghost stories. Right now, you can see, if you call in right now, see if the SpiritCom device can talk to you. Try talking to it. See if anybody else can talk to it. Katrina, use your magic. You're going to scare him away with the crazy doll look.
She's getting serious now.
And ask you to see if you can talk to it, Katrina. See if you can draw them out. Because we get weird stuff. We've had voices come through this show. I mean, Rhodey, that's with her. When Rhodey called in once, we got something amazing that came through. See, I'm starting to hear a new voice in there.
Hello, hello. Is there anybody that can talk to us through here that would like to say hi to somebody watching or listening?
Let me see if I get it on the big screen too, because actually I saw about that. I got it on Jeff. Let me see if I can.
We have a lot of people listening that would maybe like to hear from you.
Let me see. I gotta get it on the share screen. Now, people can, if you see something in it, in the spectrograph, let us know in the chat room, guys. Keep an eye on it.
Do you know any of our names?
People have claimed it. You know, they have a number of different links and sites you can go to. Go to their YouTube channel. You check it out there. iDigital Media on YouTube, SpiritCom, and they got evidence and stuff. Oh, we got a caller. Oh, wait, hold on. Who do we got on the line?
Hey, Jason, this is your big brother Daryl Neely over here.
Hey, Daryl.
Is on the show.
Hey, hold on. You're really quiet. 1 second. Hey, Jeff, mute for a second. Mute it for a second. How's it going, Daryl?
Hey, brother, I'm telling you, I'm loving your show. I've loved your show during the Spookathon, and I'm just amazed. But I have to go for that nice spirit thing you have going on, because I need to know how and why we are here. I need to know if there's someone there that wants to communicate with us. This is the season where the spirits share.
Hallows Eve coming up. Yeah, we're getting there. But maybe they'll communicate tonight, a little early.
I'm just loving the fact. I need to hear a spirit to talk to me, to guide me.
I'm just trying to get to see if I can get it running. The audio's a little clearer if I play it through mine, if I can get it working. Hold on. My computer, the other computer I'm using is like giving me all kinds of problems tonight. Of course.
It must be the spirits working.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
It might not work.
Here we go. I might get it. Hold on 1 second. Maybe. Oh, come on now. Trying to get this to work. Oh, I think I might got it. Do you hear it?
Yes, I hear it. Great spirit, give me a message.
Spirits, can you talk to Daryl? Ask him a question.
Yeah. What is the possibility of space and show being the greatest award-winning radio show there is?
I missed that. Say that again.
What is the possibility of Jason Bland's Paranormal Soup becoming the most highly noted show there is on radio?
We'll see what they say about that. Well, you do see faces in the spectrograph on this. It is very much going to get you on pareidolia.
Big time.
Yeah, well, yeah. But they got a lot of evidence they put together and they posted on their website. You got to check out. Do you have any information for Daryl?
Jason, I'm a firm believer in the paranormal, and I have to let you know that if there's a spirit that wants to reach out right now, and even if I have to get you angry to bring out the truth, the spirit must speak.
Just don't get them angry at me.
Not too angry. I might tease him with this ice cream I have over here. I can eat ice cream and you can't.
So Daryl's doing a little provoking. Sounded like a good idea at the time.
No, I never knew that spirits can cross through telephone wires.
When we started doing this show like this, I was like, is it going to work? Are they going to be able to know or do? I had this feeling they would. And I've seen a lot of stuff on the show that makes me more and more believe that.
You've had some powerful guests, and you yourself are a very knowledgeable man, and one that's patient and dedicated. I give you that credit, not the gold. Oh, I'm not teasing the ghost to make it speak. Come on, spirits can speak when they want.
Yeah.
They just might need a little edging.
It's a little conversation starter.
Yeah. I mean, I could ask the spirit, what kind of ice cream do you like?
There you go. Simple
I
question.
have black walnut ice cream right now.
All right, spirits, what's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, I heard something.
I thought I heard Rocky Road. I
I
hate
was
Rocky
just going
Road.
to say that.
Okay. I hate Rocky Road, too. That was not what I would be expecting. Really?
I like the creamy better.
I can't see the chat room right now, so if anybody says I hear anything, guys, let me know. Spirits have anything else they want to pass along to Daryl? Or anybody else?
I heard Rocky Road too.
You know what I did see in the spectrograph for a second? I'm gonna have to go back and look. I swear I saw like a Native American dancer, like a Navajo Native American dancer, like in a spiritual
I thought
dance.
I heard something right then too.
But I saw it in the spectrograph, and I'm like, okay, that's not a face. That's like a dancing person, and it was gone. Like it wipes it clean. It
With lots of feathers.
was really
I
odd.
think what would spook me out if a face came up and started speaking through the spectrograph.
I don't think that would be possible. It'd have to be like one frame at a time. Like it'd be like my first internet connection when Paranormal Soup started.
Hey, it could be the Matt Hedron of them all.
Right.
Hey, yeah.
That's the cool thing about this live link is that you can go back during the live stream and look at stuff, But you got to catch it.
Actually,
It's hard to do.
yeah, you can actually
Taking a
see
few
things
snapshots.
that you didn't see. Well, I'll say thank you, Jason.
Thank
I
you,
love
Darren.
your show, and I'm so proud that you're on the L&M Radio Network,
Well, thanks
and
to
I'm
you.
very proud that the show is strong.
Well, thanks to you. You were the first one that sent me a message about being on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network. And again, thank you so much, man. I'm so honored to be part of this network.
Hey, we were honored to have you. Trust me. Good people are hard to find.
Yeah, it's hard to, this is one of the, best networks I could have ever asked to be on because, Michael Vero's awesome. He only has, really one rule, and otherwise he lets you do what you're going to do, That's it, I know other people are on networks where they got a lot of stipulations and, they want you to do things a certain way. I've been pretty free, easy to go in. It's been a great experience, and I love it.
Well, I hope one day soon you'll be able to do more shows because, brother, the people love you. Trust me.
I know you asked me right when after my first show on L&M. You're like, so can you do a Tuesday night show? And I'm like, man, I wish I can't. Not right now. Not till my kids are older. Well, thank you, Daryl, man. You have a great Halloween.
Hey, blessings to you and your family, and have a great Halloween. And everybody, don't forget to donate.
Yes, donate and subscribe to Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network. You just go to the website, latenightinthemidlandsradionetwork.com. There's a subscribe button. If you don't want to pay the subscription, if you can feel it in your heart to give us a little donation of anything you can muster up, it will help this network go.
Thank you, Jason.
All right.
Good night, brother.
I said, Ira. Bye, Daryl. I'm guessing Ira might call in later. I don't know. All right, have a great night, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have you guys ever watched the Bill O'Neill? I mean, well, you probably have on my show. I've played, at least I had one show where I played Bill O'Neill's doing the spirit com. Remember, he'd be like talking to him and that. Oh, yeah. Oh no, do we have a Russian colluding communist calling in? Who's the Russian colluding communist? Turn it down.
We'll not talk about their government.
Who you calling a collaborist?
How's it going, Zach?
It's going good, Jason. How you doing?
Doing good tonight, man. I thought you might have been in like the full costume there for a moment, but it's fitting. You just need the hat and the cigar, and you're there. You're risky.
That's right.
Mix the alcohol out of potatoes.
Went after the proletariat.
So you're going to try some of the live spirit cons, see if it'll talk to you? We're not going to do this all night with this. You might be the last one. We'll try tonight. Maybe we'll go back later if somebody really wants to request it. But Rhodey and Katrina have some great stuff in their room. You know Bill does, and Rob and Jamie. So I want to get them time to do that stuff. You calling in for Spirit Box, or you calling in for a ghost story?
Ghost box. I have somebody in mind that I want to try to get a hold of.
All right. Looks like he's got a look. My feed's still going. Still says live. Looked like he had to add a new one. Live stream. Is it still live? Yeah, 4 watching on. Mine's still live. Okay, well, this is the Spirit Com. I'm going to let you talk to it, Zach.
Awesome.
Spirits want to talk to Zach.
Hello.
Focus your energy on it, Zach. I think you're supposed to like consciously focus on it, what you want, your intent come through. He might be having trouble running the spectrograph because he's got your feed going in that. I don't know. Anybody want to talk to Zach? Do we have Zach's dead celebrity? We have to guess.
Is there anybody from Eastern Europe that wants to talk to me?
Ooh, Eastern Europe. You know what it reminds me of the sound? It sounds like grunting pigs and like wind chimes.
And somebody throwing up.
But then there's like this voice that'll come in there. It's weird. I don't know.
I've heard a few things.
I'm not hearing any of that voice right now. I'm not.
Were you ever an actor?
So, were you ever an actor? Oh, shoot. I just lost. Somebody was on the phone line. Just hold on. Call again. We'll get you on after Zach.
Can you finish the following quote for me? I account.
So this is old school celebrity. Guy who invented Halloween yard decorations. Is that, am I right? Am I morbid way of putting it? I don't know if you'd want that to come through. Am I guessing right, Zach?
I thought maybe his name started with a
What's
B.
Does his name start with a V?
No, not him. Not him. Someone different. Someone different.
Oh, okay.
I thought it started with a B.
That's close enough. Close enough.
Remember, guys,
You know
you
what it
can.
sounds like? It sounds like somebody is hacking, like they can't breathe, and, drowning in their own lung juice.
Oh God.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Or like a dog when they're drinking water and they start coughing on the water.
It definitely sounds like a sickness. I have to agree with you. It's just,
Or it sounds like Harvey Weinstein breathing down the neck of some actress. No, too soon. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's creepy. I feel like I'm being sexually assaulted by it.
You ever
also,
worked
when we
with
do
Laura?
a read we might hear a Mildred. I keep hearing a woman by the name of Mildred.
Mildred, what were you gonna say, Zach?
Oh, I just asked whoever Boris Karloff.
Okay, that would be my next guy.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a wolf face in there too while you were saying it. But it's been his keeps lagging on his, but I saw it on mine. I have the screen up on my end I'm looking at too. All right, Zach, anything else?
That's about it, man. That's about it.
Well, happy Halloween, you Ruski. You commie.
You told me, Bland. Thank you so much for allowing me to call into American Facebook show.
All right, go make some campaign donations, Hillary Clinton. You know she's going to run again. All right, bye, Ruski.
See you later, comrade.
Now, somebody did call in on the sideline on my or my phone number. I just had you muted until I got done with Zach. You can call back in. It's 219-230-4444. Just remember, if you call in and I have to hang up on you or you're on hold, just wait. Either somebody else is on the line, on the other line, or on the line. So just wait. Sometimes that happens. So and you can call in on Skype. I have the OOJBland Skype ID, and we have the Soup live chat 800 live chat. That's what Zach called in on. So if you want to be seen by video, if you're in a Halloween costume, please call in. I want to see Soup live chat 800 live chat is the only way we would see, though. That's where you got to call in if you want us to see you. Any of the other lines are audio only. The OOJBland is audio only, and the 219-230-4444 of course is the phone number. So if you want us to see us, that's the Soup live chat 800 live chat on Skype. Soup live chat 800 live chat. Guys, share that in the chat rooms for me too if you can. All right, I'm gonna put the spirit calm down. It's interesting. I want to play around with it more. I got to do more research on it. I was always interested in Bill O'Neill's experiments with the spirit com. I don't know. I don't know if it was shenanigans he was doing. You could definitely hear a voice communicating with him. It was a lot clearer than what we're getting here. But some people believe it was fake. I don't know. It was really interesting. Who wants to go besides me now? Because I already went with the spirit com. Anybody else want to go first? Bill, Rob.
I'll go if nobody else is ready.
All right, and I got Chandra here. I got Chandra. Is it Chandra or Chandra? Hold on, I'll ask her in a second. Ongoing call. What is going on? Oh, there she is. Okay, hold on a second, Chandra. I gotta get your audio on, and then I gotta remember to turn it off before the next commercial break. All right, are you there, Chandra?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Happy Halloween
I'm
coming
doing
up.
all right. Oh, happy early Halloween.
Early Halloween, yes, early Halloween. Who's
Yes.
Rob? You going first?
Sure.
Can you see?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm going to get a zoom in so people can see because they're seeing in a small window. For people to see Rob, I don't know how you can see anything right now. You know, there's a reason why a mummy walks around with his hands out because he's looking so he can touch where he's at because he's completely blind.
Yep.
All right. Do you know what I couldn't get to load? Anthony Sanchez from GhostHunterApps.com gave me the Holovox. Am I saying it right?
Yep.
And I have not. My computer is like gone crap on me that I put these apps on, and so I have not gotten it downloaded. But I'm like dying to use it. Do you have that one?
I do not have that one yet.
Oh, okay. We'll save that for Bill. Do you have it? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Thumbs up. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have Bill try it out or something because I want to try it. And I couldn't get it working on my computer today. I was so far running behind, and I'm like, we haven't done it on an ITC Collective show or anything like that with it. So I want to definitely try it. But Rob can go first. We can try it in a little bit. What are you going to try tonight, Rob?
I got the old standby spiritist.
All right.
All right, Chandra, are you going to ask a question or somebody you're trying to communicate with?
Well, actually, I want an answer to something. I want to know who the shadow man is that keeps appearing to my son.
Ooh.
He has no features, and he
Yeah.
stands in my son's doorway with his arms crossed, and it scares him.
Oh, well, I've had
I
my
thought I
shadow
got rid
experience.
of it, and it's back.
How old is your son? How old is your son?
He's almost 17, but he's on the autism spectrum.
Well, when that happened to me, I was 17, and I'm not autistic. I mean, it happened to me when I was 17.
Yeah. So he's like, he doesn't respond well to like fear and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Can the spirits help Chandra and tell us who is the shadow man who is haunting her son?
Yeah.
Who's the shadow man at Chandra's house?
Yeah. I want you to see.
Something like I want you to see.
I don't know. It's whispering.
I have a question. May I
Go ahead.
ask Chandra a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chandra, has your son been at the doctor's office, and lately his recent visits might have been a little bit high? Does he get a little bit of anxiety when he goes to see the doctor?
Yeah. But he
'Cause I'm
actually
getting
his last appointment, he was actually very forthcoming that he needed one of his medications up because he was having a really hard time focusing in school, and he's never been.
Your son is seeing things because once the theory goes that on the spectrum of autism, it goes way, and my kids are that way too. But what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a man with a child mind attracted. Your son attracted him from the doctor's office. So I that's what I'm seeing. So if you were to look at him and because it seems like he's a slender build, I'm wondering if that will make sense to you the way your son describes him. And the arms seem to be awfully longer than the rest of the body.
Yes, exactly. That's what he says, and he says his arms are like crossed, and he just stands in his doorway and stares at him. You can feel him staring at him. He can't see a face.
Hey,
Like he says, it's completely black.
I got something from
Well,
Jennifer.
because this little one, this guy has got a mentality of a younger, and for you to state that you understand the behavior of going to the doctor's office, that's where he caught him. So you might want to, and you contact me, and I'll give you a formula for and I gave some to Jason's son. I call it Ghost God.
He still uses it.
Good, because it's all about power, and it'll leave them. But what I can tell you, mom to mom, outside of anything that has to do with paranormal, your son is not in danger.
Okay, that's good. because
Dad, I'm telling
you
you
automatically
from
go on
Mom.
defense alert. I've saged
I'll
my
give
house
you
and I thought I
the
got rid of it,
formula.
and it's back.
It will help him to go away, but it's basically because your son does hear, and I know that you hear your son
I know he
talking in
does.
his sleep.
He talks during the day, and I've known that he's been able to communicate for a long time. He doesn't like to talk about it.
And most of the time he can't, but to ease him, it's about giving him power, and before you know it, it'll really help, I promise. But right now, as a mom, I'm glad that you answered it. That's how I see it. So we'll let them come through on the ghost boxes, but I just want to call it, answer that for you, Chandra.
Oh, thank you so much, Katrina. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sweetie. Forever friends.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, go ahead and bring the spirit box back up. See if I can talk to her. Jennifer asked, did your son describe anything that had a hat? Like the Hat Man?
No, he just said it was tall. It was like pretty tall in his doorway. And he did describe that the arms were longer, that it was weird. He says almost like a monkey's arms are longer.
Yes.
But he would just cross his arms across his body, but he could see through the elbows, so he knew that his arms were crossed.
Yeah.
And
I've
he says,
seen
I know
something
it's a man.
seen something very similar.
What was your experience with that, Jason?
Too long to go into tonight.
Mr. Smith, is that what it said?
I'm not sure.
That's what it sounded to me. I love the spirit show.
I said help.
Perry? It said Perry, I thought.
I think it said Barry.
Or parent.
Or eyebrow.
Or eyebrows.
Wait.
I thought I said my last name.
Can I ask you to leave my son alone?
The pentacle, I heard.
Oh, I just
I
got
wear a
something.
pentacle.
Does your son like sugar donuts?
He used to eat donut holes when he was little.
That's what I said. Yes. That's what I heard.
Out some donuts. I think that'll be the spirit, that man.
Give him donuts?
Lay out of a thing of donuts. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I just got.
Might have to go to the store.
It sounded like he liked him when you brought it up. It sounded like he goes, "Yup."
Does the Shadow Man like donuts? Does the Shadow Man want donuts?
Creams? With sprinkles on top. Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Sounds like you need to go to the store, Chandra.
I think so. Go to Krispy Kreme, huh?
That's what it
I
sounded
know
like
it's
they
silly,
wanted.
but that's what they said.
That's funny.
Were you in law enforcement when you were alive? Sorry, I had to.
Jason. Eat something.
That is weird.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what it
I don't
said.
think
What did it say?
I don't know.
I thought it said out.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Interesting.
Out. Twice. Yeah.
Out.
Out what?
So
do you
Chandra
want
gets you
help
some
getting
donuts.
out?
Yeah, no. Pizza? Is it now we're asking for
I heard
pizza?
pizza.
Yeah, we're asking for pizza. This isn't a delivery service. We want communication.
Maybe why her eat? Maybe they're saying eat out. That's funny.
Eat
We
out,
do eat out a
yeah,
lot
eat
here.
out. They want to. No, this isn't a delivery
They're
service.
hungry.
This isn't a delivery service. I wish I do
No,
have
it's-
pizza up
it's
in my
not.
fridge. I do, but that's
I can
not
help
pizza.
trying to cross you over if that's what you need help with, but that's all I can help you with.
If Chandra gets
Seriously.
you donuts, are you going to get out?
They're stoned. They want pizza and donuts. The spirits are stoned.
Well, you know, I do live in
It's
a
Halloween.
pretty
They want
rough
treats.
neighborhood.
True. Oh, we were supposed to give them, like treats. Treats, yeah. I just said treats after I said it. Trick or treat.
Candy.
Smell my feet.
Yeah. I didn't bring any candy. I don't know how I would get it to you.
That's so funny.
We need to eat candy after the show. I promise I'll eat plenty.
Well, there's cookies sitting on the table.
Literally, they were like making an order to take out. It's like, yeah, dude, we need donuts. Tell them donuts, man.
Pizza.
No pizza, man. Pizza. Take out.
And
Take out.
onions. I think it's a
funny.
pizza again.
Bunny.
Funyuns?
Funyuns? Oh, well, then they're definitely stoned.
Definitely.
If they said Funyuns, that's
Funyuns are the stoner's delight.
When I said Funyuns, I think it said pizza again.
honestly, they're looking for a good way to.
Funny.
They're looking for a good way to test for stoners if they're driving, under the influence. They just need all cops need a bag of Funyuns. Walk up to the car and just
that's hilarious.
put it up in their face. Do you want these? Your eyes dilated. They said yes. You want Funyuns? You're stoned.
Freaking out, man.
Tastes like snozberries.
Oh, how funny.
Sorry. I know you're trying to get serious answers. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I feel a little bit better with Katrina saying what she said because, I didn't know because I haven't seen it. He's seen it, and it's not bothering me, but it bothers me that it bothers him.
It just, we can talk later if you're having issues. I had my shadow person experience. Maybe this is just a spirit. My shadow person experience was definitely it was not a human spirit. I just don't believe it. It was not human. So this could be, like she said, something that followed. I've had that experience too, where stuff follows me. My wife wards our house occasionally to keep stuff from following me home.
Well, yeah, like I said, I had saged because whenever he first came to me, and it kept happening a few times, and I told him, I thought, well, maybe it's just his imagination. So I kind of let it go a little bit. And then I saged my house and, asked for Archangel Michael to help with that. And things were good for a good month and a half. And then just the other day, he came to me again and said, Mom, that man is back. So I was trying to get him to call in with me, and he's like, no, Mom, I don't want to go.
I understand. When I was 17, I didn't want to tell anybody about it at all. Anybody would think I was crazy. I didn't want to tell my mom,
Well, I guess I'm fortunate in that way. He will come to me with stuff.
I would come. I did break down to my mom in the best way I could without talking about all the really crazy stuff that it was driving me to the edge.
Oh man, I wish that I would I guess asked sooner. I mean, I know I talked to Lorley about it a little bit in regards to that, but that's when I saged and stuff in the house.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling in.
No, thank you very much. You guys have a good night. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. All right, we're gonna. Good night. All right, nobody call into the Skype line because we're going to go to our very short. I just want to do a very short commercial break, really quick. Got to make sure I turn the music off on that line here. So go ahead and mute. We'll come back here just a couple minutes. Just hang in there, guys. I just want to make sure I get a couple ads in for the network. Really quick. So we're going to go to our next commercial break, guys. We're going to hear quiet because we play music on the Late Night in the Midlands radio network that you can't hear. So when we come back, call it a show. I haven't heard any ghost stories yet. You got a ghost story? Somebody watching you? Do you feel like somebody's watching you? Yeah, if you're listening to Late Night in the Midlands, you know what I'm talking about. Call in a show. Tell us your ghost stories. I love good ghost stories. I haven't heard a good one tonight. Somebody should call in. All right, guys, be back with you in just a minute. Back here in a second. This is Paranormal Soup's Halloween show, third annual Halloween show. We're doing live spirit boxes. I also want people to call in. I really want to hear a good ghost story tonight. You got a good ghost story, call in this show. I got one person on hold right now. Just hold on there on the 219-230-4444 line. We also have the Soup live chat, 800 live chat, which I just had somebody else call in on that line. So we got two people online here. So we're going to get to those guys. We're coming right back with you. I got Ira on one line. Ira, hold on. We got somebody beat you to it. It's got on the phone line. Who do we got on the line right now?
Jelaine.
Sorry, I missed that. Say that again.
Jelaine. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were actually there.
Oh, you said Janine?
Jelaine. I'm on your Facebook.
Oh, Jolene.
Jelaine. Mm-hmm.
Oh, how you doing tonight? Thank you for calling in.
I'm good. I'm good.
Now, what do you got for us tonight? You got a ghost story, or do you want to see if the spirits want to talk to you?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to see what Katrina has to say.
Oh,
is that okay?
Okay. That is okay. You get one question. I'm going to leave it to one question. Do you have one question for her?
Hello. I just think hi, Katrina. I have you on Facebook, too. I just think you're great.
Oh, thank you.
She's awesome.
Yeah. I just got a question. What do you see for my future love life?
Well, I don't claim to do psychic work because I believe that I'm a medium.
You're a medium.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Anything from my stepson, Reese, that took his life?
That's interesting because I was getting a young man in front of me, and if I was to choose 20 and under.
He was 25 at the time. It was 3 years ago.
And is he, quite frankly, the way he's looking to me, that he was very handsome and looks like very had the world to him. I mean, very handsome. It looks like everybody attracted to him. It looks like he was popular and did very well in school, and he got caught up in being very sad. It looks like he was going through some cycles in the last 6 months. I'm not sure if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay, honey, the first thing I want to tell you is your son is, I don't know why, but I see him surrounded in blue. I don't know if that is a favorite color. Or
I don't know.
Are you in blue?
No.
Just looking for the significance of the color blue.
I am. It looks like he's surrounded in it. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure. Here's another question. Blue also represents to me possibly December, because I think that it's blue topaz. Is blue topaz December? Is there something coming up for Christmas time?
I don't know. He took his life in November, but I don't know.
And Christmas hasn't been the same, right?
Right. There you go. I was kind of thinking that when you said Christmas.
I'm trying to get to where I really do believe that. What I want to tell you is that he's telling me that he did not mean to hurt you, and the way he showed it to me, I think that he went through some periods of trying prior to this. Does that make sense to you? I feel like he tried before. And
Possibly.
I just see a sadness. And there's something about Dad.
Oh.
Hold on. And this is a little personal, but I don't know. I just see a little bit of friction. I'm not quite sure what that is. And it definitely feels like your son wants to protect you. That's how it feels right now. And he's saying that he's not leaving you in any way. I'm getting the blue bonnets. I'm getting blue flowers. I'm getting a surrounding of that. And I'm supposed to also tell you that his goodbye, I was right beside you holding your hand, Mom.
Oh, how sweet.
So if you had that sensation, he's telling me, and I believe it's confirming a feeling that you had during, that last moment, especially when it was being rested, all going down. Did he have a burial?
Cremation. We didn't bury, but we had a big service and stuff. We never got to see him except for his hands. So sneak tattoos.
Rhodey's over here. You guys can't see me, but I'm using my hands doing this the whole time. I apologize, but I saw this going down, and that's interesting that you said that you saw the hands. I was doing my hands like this, but you couldn't see it. I just want to let you know that it wasn't meant to hurt you. It was just, it just felt like it's emotion coming from him, honey. And I just want to express that it was just teenage stuff. Does that make any sense? Do you know if there was
kind of stuff?
Teenage stuff, hearsay, say.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it was social media was involved too, but it just seems a little bit on, just too much, and that can really push a person over.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds very, very possible. Thank you, Katrina. You're awesome.
Well, I think that we could get deeper if we have a one-on-one, and you know how to get a hold of me. But I do want to let you know that he loves you, and I do believe that he also, there's something about the bathroom, your bathroom light. So if you see any flickering or some kind of feeling in the bathroom, I want to let you know that that's him.
Oh my God! We have a light we don't know how to change. It's a bathroom light, and it works sometimes and it doesn't work other times. So it makes a lot of sense.
They coexist with us, sweetheart. There's no doubt. Para-unity is what I love, and the more that we communicate, because right now we're just doing this side by side. Truly is that he loves you, and he just said something about birds.
He sends cardinals. I'm his stepmom, but he sends cardinals to his mom all the time.
There you go. I just want to let you know I heard the birds. So I love what I do, and thank you so much. And you're a forever friend.
You did. Thank you so much, Katrina. You have a great night.
Oh, that goes from your son.
Oh, thank you.
It was a blown kiss.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much for calling in tonight, too.
You bet. Thank you, Jason.
You have a great night. One. Happy Halloween, too.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, then on the Skype line, the OOJ Bland OO, remember there's a Soup live chat line, and the 219-230-4444 is opened up again. So you can call in on either one of those. Right now on the OOJ Bland OO, we have Ira Robinson himself, Program Director for Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network and radio host. How you doing tonight, bud?
Hey there, Jason. You hearing me okay?
Yeah, little quiet.
Oh, okay. Is this a little better for you?
Yeah, I can also turn you up, too.
Oh, okay, great. Well, first off, I want to make sure to tell you guys thank you and big thank you from us over here at the network for getting involved with the Spookathon this weekend and actually kicking it off for us.
That was an honor.
This weekend. It was great to have you, and you did a fabulous job as I expected you would. So
yeah, we had
just
Spooky
had to throw that out there.
We had Spooky and Raven on, who are two women I highly admire as broadcasters, doing on their YouTube channel Anything But Ordinary, and I've been looking for a good spot to put them on with us and do the kind of show they do on Paranormal Soup, and it was a lot of fun, and it was, like I said, an honor to kick it off.
It was great. We all loved it, and Michael said that you've got him beat as far as paranormal shows goes. So that's a big kick right there.
I saw your message this morning, and I was like, "What? Oh my god!" I'm like, "Wow, that I can't ask for a higher compliment than that."
Definitely not. I do have a story for you.
I figured. I knew you would. All right, go for it.
So this is one that happened with me many years ago. For those that aren't aware, for me, the paranormal is normal. It's sort of the way I live, and I experience the interactions with the spirits quite frequently, to say the least. I don't allow them into my home, mainly because, I look at my home as being a sacred space, and if they want to interact with me, well, they can do it like when I'm out of my office, quote unquote.
You don't want ghost roomies.
Exactly. It can cause a lot of problems. The only ones that I really allow here is there's a cat that was here before we were. So this is her house. We're just staying here in her house.
I can handle a ghost cat.
Yeah.
As long as there's no ghost scratching and ghost cat pee, I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah. And then my father is here as well. Although he doesn't have any kind of interactions with me, he's here to basically protect my son Seth. He's sort of become a guardian for him. So there's that. Now, anyways, this happened before I kind of learned about making my home my sacred space. So it was many years ago and many experiences ago, to say the least.
Right.
But anyways, I was living with my mom. I was still a teenager at the time. I was living with my mom at a house. It was a very small bungalow type of a house. And a friend of mine had gotten into some trouble with her mom, and sort of a weird situation going on between the two of them. They kind of hated each other, and they needed to separate for a while. And so she came to live with us for a period of time. And she, because we were in this kind of small house, basically we set her up a bed and things like that in the utility room. So in the same room where the laundry, area and everything was, just a small space, but it was enough for her to be able to stay in and have some privacy. One night we were asleep, and I had experienced some issues there in the house before. I knew that there was a young girl that was there. But she never really showed herself to me. I knew also there was something that was darker that was there, but I never could quite get a feel on exactly what that was. But I knew it was something that was dark, and I did not really want it around, but I didn't know at that time how to make a move on, So,
yeah, right.
So one night we were all asleep, and I woke up to the sound of my friend Laura screaming at the top of her lungs. Ooh. I jumped up out of bed, ran into the utility room where she was sleeping, and now, mind you, the place that she was sleeping, it was on the floor. We had a few blankets that were piled up on the floor for her, but we didn't actually have a mattress for her or anything, But again, she felt comfortable being there and didn't mind it. So when I ran into that room, she was on the floor, laying as if she was asleep on her back, but I saw hands. It was 4 hands reaching up through the floor, holding onto her. So one of them was across her chest, the other was across her forehead, and then 2 others were basically holding her legs down, pinning her down. So again, kind of, and they were pulling her downward. So they were not just holding her in place, but it was like she was being pulled down into the floor, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to describe.
Well, none of it would make sense, but...
when I ran in and I saw what happened, I mean, I was shocked at first. It terrified me for a couple of moments, but sort of had this instinctual reaction to it after a moment. Once my initial shock of it ran away, and I just screamed out, "Let her go!" And I slammed my hand down onto one of these hands that was reaching up through the floor, and this flash of light. I mean, I can't explain it. It was like this huge flash of light, just boom. It was like a light bomb went off or something in the room.
I've experienced something similar.
Okay, so you get the idea. So, and instantly those hands vanished. She was able to sit up, and as soon as she sat up, she stood up, and we all walked out of the house very rapidly.
Well, yeah.
Just to get away for a minute.
I'd be running, but okay.
Yeah, needless to say, she didn't stay with us for very much longer, and from that point on, she never slept in the utility room again. She was on the couch out in the living room.
That is creepy, dude. She never experienced anything like that before, or?
No, she had never experienced it before. Now,
so it's something to do with your house?
Yeah. So here's the follow. Here's the follow-up. The next day, well, okay, after this all occurred, when we walked back into the house, I didn't feel that darkness, that whatever dark entity was there. I didn't feel it there anymore. It was always like this, almost like a nervous twinge that was down in the base of my stomach whenever it was there, right? And so even if I didn't see it, I knew just from that feeling that it was around. I didn't feel it. And when I went to go lay back down and try to go to sleep after a couple of hours and a few Mountain Dews later with some cigarettes, quite a few cigarettes, quite a few Mountain Dews later. Yeah. So I went in to lay down, and my bedroom door, I normally didn't close it all the way. I would tip it so that it was just a few inches open, but it never got closed all the way. And as I lay there in bed, waiting to go to sleep, I heard the door open. So I looked over and I thought it was Laura maybe coming into the room, scared still or something, but I didn't see her. And that little girl presence, I definitely felt her getting close. So I sat up a little bit, and as soon as I sat up, I felt this touch on my shoulder. And when I felt the touch, I knew it was this little girl. So a moment later, she kissed me on the cheek. Okay. And when she kissed me on the cheek, she did this kind of like high pitched, almost giggle, real light giggle kind of a sound. And then she walked away. And when she walked away, the door closed back up again. Now, I never felt the presence of her, and I never felt the presence of the dark one in that house after that. Our town has one of the largest genealogical collections in the world. I think it's the second largest in America, aside from like the one over in Utah. It's absolutely massive. I went to that library to try to figure out what's going on, and I looked into the history of this house. And what I found was that the house, many years before, not long after it was built in the 1960s, a family had moved into there, and this family was, dedicated to Satan. Let's just put it to you that way.
Geez.
And they kidnapped kids. They would kidnap kids, and they would kill them in that house.
Oh, my God.
So what I suspect is that this dark entity was something that had been, I don't know, either created or summoned or something, and was stuck there in that house. And this little girl was one of the victims of this family. Right. And that this entity still held her spirit trapped there. Yeah. And that whatever it is that I did that night when I helped free Laura from these hands that were pulling her down. By the way, I found out that most of the activity happened in that utility room. Yeah. Go figure. Right. But I suspect maybe that this little girl was trapped there. And then whenever I did whatever it is that I did to this thing, like instinctively, I think I've kind of termed it an aura bomb. I kind of just banished that thing, and I set her free, and she was thanking me for it.
Well, the reason I said it was familiar to me is because my shadow person experience, the way it ended, was that way. It was a flash of light, like a light bomb. I don't know any other way to describe it.
Yeah, I've kind of called them. I've kind of termed them aura bombs. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I'm just hitting up some kind of thing from my aura or something like that. You know, but it was one of the more dramatic experiences I've had. I've had a couple of others that were really even more so, but they'd be a little bit long to share tonight.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyways, you know, I just, it was one of those things that again, I was glad to be a part of it because I know that I helped set this little girl free. And
That's
that
awesome.
I suspect maybe the whole reason why we moved there to begin with. You know, maybe we were led there to make sure that this girl's spirit got freed.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that story. That is awesome. Especially
You
when
bet. I am glad to be a part of it.
Well, have a great Halloween, Ira. Thanks again for calling in.
You too.
All
You
right,
too.
man.
You guys have a safe and fun time. And, well, you know, as always, I always say have fun. So
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Because if you're not having fun, it's not worth doing, right?
Exactly. Exactly. All right,
Night,
buddy.
everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Hello. Hey, Jason, I have a quick story.
Yeah.
Can I tell it?
Yeah.
Okay. It was a few years ago, you know, here in Houston, it's like the fourth largest city in the country. So at Halloween, we have a bunch of the haunted houses in downtown. They have some of the old buildings and warehouses, and they have them set up, and they're really scary. You know, you go through them and you pay, and you know, you get scared along the way. So we went through there one night, and you know, it was okay, it wasn't that scary. But then you go out. So we go out the back door, we get through, and we're 20, 30 feet away. We're talking about, oh, it was kind of scary. And out of nowhere, some idiot that had nothing to do with the haunted house, I guess he thought he'd be out there scaring people. He kind of jumps out like a slasher guy with a knife, and we're in Texas. Everybody's carrying a gun. So I pull my gun out
in Texas
and pointed at him, and he starts screaming, "Don't shoot, don't shoot!" And he actually pisses himself.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Only in Texas, Rhodey making dumbasses piss themselves.
Yeah.
And you got to be pretty dumb to be doing that down in Texas, especially, you know, with people like Rhodey walking around.
That's right. Yeah.
I was going to ask you ladies before. But I was going to ask you ladies before. I didn't want to run out of time. I want to make sure you guys got so many cool stuff in that room with you. If you guys wanted to do something really quick, see if we could get anything going on your end.
We've got a Wonder Box, and we've also got a Geoport, and
Whatever Katrina's feeling.
Which one is Katrina?
What's in that Geo box?
It's so clean. I really think you would love to hear our new addition, and her name is Stephanie. I think she's out there, Brady, and this is her collection, and we thought that we would share with you all.
So go ahead and start it up, Jason.
Okay.
Okay.
Might be hard to hear. We'll see.
All right, this is the Geoport. Who's here with us tonight? Jason Bland's here with us.
I'm like, oh, we don't want to talk to that jackass.
Actually, I am.
Ask him to say the name of the show.
Can you say the name of the show we're watching right now that we're on? What's today's date? I don't know why I heard the 28th. I don't know if anybody else heard it.
No, I didn't.
Can you say my name? It's not scanning.
Oh, it's yeah, it's Mildred. Did anybody hear that? Mildred?
No, I didn't, but I remember you said you were hearing it before.
Will you come for in the Ouija board?
Remember, people, you can call in 219-230-4444, Skype ID 00JBland00, or Soup Live Chat 800 Live Chat on Skype. Share your ghost story or see if the spirits will talk to you.
I heard huff. It's huff.
Yeah, I heard that time. I heard it. Yeah.
I get to visit Huff in December. Who would like to speak? Said it again. Can you say how many people are here in the room?
We do have somebody on the phone line, too. Who do we got on the phone line? Well, we got somebody on the phone line. Who's on the phone line?
This is Wendy.
Wendy, hold on a second. Wendy, turn it up.
It's confusing me because I'm looking at you and you're not talking, and you're talking to me. So I'm like, okay, are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else? Okay, sorry.
Nope, you're there. We're talking to you.
Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd chime and say, hey, happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
I hope you guys are having, it sounds like you're having a fabulous time. I've been having a good time.
Good.
Chit-chatting with the ghosts. Myself, I think I have one wandering around in my house. He's decided to pretend things are getting knocked over, and and I go to look, then nothing is being knocked over. So,
You just hear the noise. You hear the noise of it happening, but then there's nothing there.
Yeah, exactly. When they yell out my name from time to time, but it's like, okay, what do you want?
Right.
Talk to me now. Don't wake me up in the middle of the night.
Do they ever mimic somebody else's voice when they call out your name?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, possibly my husband.
That's what I was wondering.
It sounds like my husband. Yeah, it sounds like my husband. I hope it is him, but
what's your ancestry? Do you know?
I'm Ukrainian.
Okay, because I know they have a word for it for people who are Norwegian or what's the other, or Scandinavian. I'm trying to think of the word. I would butcher it if I tried to say it anyways, but it's a word for basically ghosts who mimic their family members' voices and make noises of stuff. Then that's it. They're like, it's almost like the poltergeist noisy ghost, but it's not that name. It's a whole name for it they made up just for that. It's like a something. I have actually know somebody who is got that kind of ancestry, and they've had that experience.
Crap. Oh, I just lost you. Okay, there you are. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, I touched my computer. Sorry. I need to leave my computer around. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I hear you. Yep.
Okay. Anyway, I considering I've had spirits around me my whole life, I just kind of take everything with a grain of salt. So it's kind of like, okay, I know you're there. You don't scare me. So we all live together happily. Recently, I've been doing EVPs in my house just because someone challenged me on it, and I said, well, yeah, I can. I don't have to use anything. I can just. They talk to me. They contact me. Anyway, so I did some EVPs just using my regular digital recorder, and sure enough, I've had quite a few people come in and say, hey.
I love EVPs. I'd love to hear them. I love EVPs, but I do caution you. even being a guy who loves EVPs and goes out and investigate, I don't really do too much recording in my house. You don't want to you might have them, you might be fine with them, but you don't want to open up the doorway for something bad to come through, which is possible when you open up like constant communication. When we do the spirit box stuff, I do it once a month, and that's as much as I do it in the house.
Yeah, I do it. I'm very random on it just because I work so much. I don't have a lot of time. So it's kind of when I'm really feeling that when they want to talk to me, they start doing things that makes me start thinking about them a lot, and they interfere with my life and my thought process. So it's like, okay, fine, you need to talk. All right, let's talk. So it's kind of more or less like that, or it's more or less like that.
Well, it's interesting. Everybody has their experience. That they've had this experience in a home. It's like you feel it. You know something else is there, and you have these signs. It's like they're trying to communicate with you. And most people, I think more often than not, have pretty benign experiences with it. It's not dangerous to them or do anything. But I do always wonder, if you start like doing recordings or asking questions too much. And I've seen it, if you open like a bigger doorway, like it's like I would say like a opening a wound or something like that. It lets the infection in too much or something. So just be cautious. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I am. I mean, if I feel that if things are going south, I'll just stop and say, okay, I'm done here, and we'll talk at another time. And if I'm in a bad frame, I know that I shouldn't do it if I have a bad space. I know, okay, now stay far, far away. But I did live in a haunted house. I didn't even know it was because I'm so used to this stuff.
Right.
I don't even realize I've lived in a haunted house because I was talking to someone and we were like, oh, have you lived in a haunted house? I'm like, no, I don't think so. Then all of a sudden dawned on me, I'm like, yeah, you did. I was like, really? So I had to explain the house that I lived in, that it was a female that, okay, I got a vision in this house when I first moved into this house with my husband. Well, we weren't married yet, but we got married soon after. But anyway, I was scared to death of the garage, because every time I opened up the door from the house to the garage, I would see someone hanging. And there was nothing ever in there. It just scared me. I can't tell you that. Oh, it was in my mind. The whole entire time I ever lived there, every time I went to the garage, I saw someone hanging. But they also would let me know when things were happening. I was at work and I kept telling everybody, my house is going to catch on fire. I need to go home. And they're like, what is wrong with you? Why do you think that? I said, I don't know. Anyway, a few days passed. Every day it got worse and worse about my house getting caught on fire. I'm trying to talk really fast.
Sorry.
I kept on getting these visions. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did I lose you?
Nope, you're here.
Okay. Anyway, so finally I was at work, and I said, I have got to go home. My house is going to catch on fire. I need to go home. And prior up to that, I was unplugging the toasters. I was doing everything I can. I was telling my husband, my roommate, something's going on here. This house is going to catch fire. Got home, opened up the door to the garage, and there were sparks flying out of the back of our freezer.
Oh.
So here we have it. I think they were letting me know things are happening. You need to be aware. So that, and the female that lived there, I know was a girl. Don't ask me how.
Right.
I just know it was a female. It was the house itself. I do not think was haunted. It was the property itself that was haunted, and something that happened before those houses were built there is what I envisioned. And then this is kind of a sad thing for everyone to know. This is kind of a sad part of the story. My husband's cousin ended up committing suicide Christmas Eve in the house with a bunch of people there. But my view on this, as tragic as it was, is he went with the girl who was stuck on that property, and he is with her now.
Did he hang himself?
No, he shot himself.
Okay. I was going to say, because if he did that, I'd been like, wow, that's a warning.
No, it's kind of a tragedy story. But anyway, it's real sad. I don't want to go down that road. But the end of that, with that whole haunted house, I don't know what's happening at the house now. We moved out. I moved out. We're all gone. But they did do a blessing on the house after everyone moved out.
Right.
They did a blessing on the house. Don't know if it helped or not. I hope so. I hope it passed on my husband's cousin and whoever the female was who lived in that house, I hope they were able to pass, go to the light and get on with whatever they needed to do. Anyway, that's my ghost story.
Well,
there
thank
go.
you so much. I love
a real
them.
live one.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for calling. Wendy, right?
Yes, Wendy.
Wendy, thank you again for calling, and you have a happy Halloween.
Thank you very much. You guys also.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye. Have a great night. Well, that's creepy, especially if you go in the garage and you see somebody like hanging there. But you wonder if there's everything in their past that might have done that. Now, Katrina Rhodey, you still there? I know we're running out of time. Man, this show goes by so quick.
Okay. You do make
Yes, we're here.
If I would have discussed it with my wife, I would have gone the show an extra hour, but I never got a chance to talk to her about it, so I don't want to do that. But man, it goes by too quick.
Okay.
I will take another phone call if somebody does want to call in if you got a ghost story or we want a really quick spirit box session from one of these guys. I will. It's 219-230-4444 or the Soup live chat, 800 live chat, or OOJBland 00. Either one of those. We got a little bit of time. Ira, hope it's all right. Maybe we might run over a couple minutes. But Katrina, you there? I saw your haunted doll.
We're here.
So sorry we got interrupted. I just knew we had somebody calling in with a ghost story there. I had a feeling.
I think that's fantastic. It was
Yeah.
a fabulous story. Yeah.
And I would definitely wanted to get to those. When I first started this Halloween show, is I really want people to call in with ghost stories. I love them. Ira just messaged me. Hold on a second. Runner, if you want, take as much time as you like. All right, we'll see. We might run over a little bit tonight. I'll give more time for callers if you guys are good with that. We can run over a little bit. Ira just messaged me. If you do want to call in, don't feel rushed, people. We'll take a couple more callers, maybe run about 10, 15 minutes over. Soup Live Chat, 800 Live Chat is the video call-in. 219-230-4444 is the phone line. And then there's OOJBland 00 Skype ID for the audio-only Skype. You can call in. I didn't know if... Bill, you haven't run anything tonight. If you wanted to run something here, we can run a little bit over.
Yeah. Did you want to check out the Halovox?
Yes, I do. That's why I'm like, I kind of want to run over because I never got to try it, and I really wanted to get it on my computer, and I was having so many issues with that tonight.
I mean, I gotta say, this is one of those apps that's it's kind of weird because I mean, I haven't gotten much of anything through it. To be honest, it's one of those apps that, it doesn't really. It's not like a constant stream of. If I could get the thing to start. Okay, there it goes. Having a problem with my touch screen with my gloves on.
Well, Rob, like I said, I don't know how all night he's been able to do anything, how he can hardly see through that thing. Through his mummy costume. Or bloody gauze guy.
No kidding.
You remind me of the Jack Nicholson scene in Batman where they're going to unwrap his face, and then give him the mirror.
I was actually going to paint my face just like Perry's mask. That would have been funny.
That would have been cool.
The Misfits face, but I didn't have time. So this is the 5-minute throw together.
Jeff just creeps me out. Like he's in a trance right now. Look at him. Like a fly's going to land on him, and he's just not going to move. Of course, he does have a mask on, but he's like in a trance. Wake up. All right, we do got another caller while Bill's getting ready here. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Jennifer Malik.
Hey, Jen. How you doing? I'm glad I held over.
Good. How are you?
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, everybody. We're enjoying your show. I wanted to call in because I heard that you guys had a few minutes to go over.
Yeah.
And I thought I would share my Hat Man encounters with you guys.
Oh, that did come up earlier when we were talking about the shadow people you mentioned. Like, did he have a hat? Because I had my Hat Man encounter.
I was curious.
Yeah.
I was curious because different shadows were different things.
Yeah,
So.
I've had both. I had in my whole shadow person experience. I had the regular shadow person, but once I had the Hat Man show up and walk right up to me, full front of me. So I know. Go for it.
I'm the bloody Hat
All right,
Man.
so these were back when I was in my. These were back when I was in my teens. I was living in my childhood home in northern New Jersey, And the first encounter I had with him was just like a warm, typical Sunday night. The house that I lived in had an attic, a basement, plus it had 2 floors. And I was home by myself. My parents and my sister were gone. I was downstairs watching TV when I heard what it sounded like somebody walking upstairs over the carpet. Now, you probably know what feet sound walking over a carpet.
Right.
And it was pacing, and every few minutes it would stop, and then a few seconds later it would pick up again. At this time, I grabbed a baseball bat because I'm thinking, oh, crap, somebody just broke into my house and I'm by myself. What am I going to do?
Right.
So
People
it took me a few minutes, and I go upstairs, and I look around the rooms. I didn't see anything, and I started, okay, maybe it was the house settling, maybe it was something creaking, maybe I imagined it. And as I turned to leave my parents' bedroom, standing in front of me, blocking the doorway, was the Hat Man. He actually had on a fedora, he had on a duster, and he had boots on. His eyes were red.
Red, okay.
And I'm standing there all creeped out. Couldn't talk, couldn't scream, couldn't move. After a few minutes of this thing glaring at me, he actually just looked at me, turned, walked through the door where he was standing in front of. I waited a minute or two. I didn't hear any footsteps, and I peeked the door open, and I'm looking around. I checked the whole entire house. I didn't see him. Pretty okay. Freaked parents. Couldn't happen more than once. I was wrong. My second encounter happened in November of 94. I had seen him in the house again. This time I had family present, but nobody but him, nobody but me saw him.
Ooh.
And
So people are around you and you're seeing them.
Yeah. And I was thinking, okay, Hat Man's in the house. You know, I can tell everybody will understand because they see Hat Man. Well, I found out later that nobody saw what I saw, which creeped me out even more.
Yeah.
So I seen him. Same thing happened, glared at me for a few seconds, turned and walked away. 2 nights later, my grandfather goes into the hospital because he's sick. He was bedridden in a hospital bed at the house by then, so he was gone. He had a bunch of health problems. So the next day, I'm in school, and I get called out to the principal's office, I guess, and my mom they put me on the phone with my mom, and my mom's like, listen, sweetheart, she goes, I don't have to tell you this. She goes, but your grandfather passed away last night. And I go, okay. And I said, what was the time that he passed away? And she said, he passed away somewhere between 9 or 10 a.m. And it freaked me out because that was the time Hat Man made his second appearance at my house. So the third and final encounter, and thank God that...
Final, let's hope.
My third and final encounter. This was in August of 96. My grandmother lived across from us. We had like a deck. We had patio doors built on the back of our house that went to the yard and to her kitchen of the apartment. I mean, seen her walking around earlier. So my mom made dinner, and she asked me to bring dinner over. So I grabbed a plate, and I go over there, and the door's cracked open. And I walk in, I'm like, Grandma, hey, it's me. You know, Mom made dinner. Normal conversation.
Right.
It's not responding. And at this point, I start to freak out because it's like something's not right here. She had a heart attack when she got up off of the commode. So she passed away between the toilet and the bathtub. And right before I opened the bathroom door, guess who walks through the apartment building's front door?
Hat Man.
A Hat Man. Red eyes, didn't see any face. There was no... He wasn't distorted, I just saw the red eyes. Stood there for a few seconds, looked in the direction of my grandmother in the bathroom, looked at me, walked out of the building. I call my parents and I tell them what's going on, and they take her to the hospital. And they were ever at the hospital, and while my mom was in the ER, I ended up being there with her. And we both saw Hat Man walk in.
Oh, she saw him too this time.
She saw him too.
Oh, wow.
And right after he was there, he did his usual thing, stare there and just glare at you.
Right.
You know, make you uncomfortable, creep you out. He walked through another wall and disappeared. And I'm looking at my mom, and I said, "You saw that, right?" And she didn't say anything. She was shocked, and she nodded her head. And I went outside to get some air. And while I was outside getting air, my mother got word that my grandmother passed away the exact moment that happened. So
it's kind of like the banshee virus, you know, like the forewarns of death in the family. This thing kind of does it. Next time he shows up, give him the finger. I'm like, yeah. You know, I know what you're here for.
I'm hoping he doesn't show up anymore.
Right.
I mean, that was rough.
I
and,
bet.
You know, and what got me into the Hat Man thing again was because we have a person that does a radio show before us, Heidi Hollis. She talks about Hat Man. She gets like letters from Hat Man. Well, we were at the Milwaukee Paranormal Conference. I bought her book because she wrote a book about emails from people she got about Hat Man.
Yeah, I have her
And when
original
I read
book.
half of the book,
When
I read half of the book, all that came flooding back.
Oh, yeah. I know. No, I called in. She was on Michael Vera's show recently, and I had to call in and say, hey, I bought your book many years ago. It was the only book I could find on shadow people after my experience. And, you know, so many things rang true that, you know, happened to her in that book. And, you know, I tried. She's like, oh, contact me, email me afterwards. I did. Hi, Hollis, if you hear this, I tried emailing you. Get back to me because I would love to have you on my show because it's so interesting. She coined the term Hat Man, really.
Right. But, you know, and then people asked me, it's like, well, what disturbed you about it? And I said, well, first obvious fact is being that the last two times I seen him, I lost family members. I said the third time was the fact that every time I saw this thing, he had the same fedora on every time. I said it wasn't like a different hat.
I
never saw the coattails. I never saw the top hat. He literally just had a duster,
fedora.
boots, and a fedora on.
It's like the Men in Black is what I thought of him. Like, have you ever seen the classic Men in Black fedora?
Yeah.
That's what I felt like when I saw mine just once. I was having a shadow person experience, but I think this thing was like a supervisor, like coming to check in on my guy's work. How's he messing with you? You know, that's how I felt like. You know, there's only one encounter that one time and maybe one other time. But, well, thank you for sharing that story. I'm going to let Bill run his Halo Vox app, what he's got been setting up here. Do you want to see if it wants to talk to you?
Oh, no, it's fine. I just wanted to call in and give you guys my creepy Hat Man encounter.
That was a great story. Yeah, I loved hearing that because, like, you know, I want to hear more of these stories, especially when it involves the shadow people or Hat Man, because of my experience, it's something I just love. It's like gathering information, you know, because it's something I still to this day can't understand that happened to me.
Yeah, I still can't understand mine either. But I want to let you guys go. It was thank you guys for letting me talk. Have a wonderful Halloween.
Yeah, have a happy Halloween, Jen. Say hi to Kevin for me.
Will do.
All right. Have a great night, hon.
Bye. You too. Bye.
All right. You got it running, Bill?
Yep. I don't know how well you'll hear it.
I hear it. Yeah. Another one is kind of chimey.
Yeah, definitely. It's, I mean, out of all the times I've used it, I had basically one time when I got like a really clear voice come through it. So,
this might be one of those ones. It's like you get better validation maybe with it, but it's harder.
Don't expect a lot.
I have a lot harder time with it myself so far. I've used it 6 times now, 7 times.
So can your spirits come through this device?
It's all Hallows Eve is coming. We just got it 2 days early. Come on, spirits. Got a message for anybody in the chat room watching right now or in the panel. People can call in one more time.
Can you tell us anything about Shadow Man? Or what?
Hat Man.
We'll call the Hat Man.
Might not be a good idea to ask.
I'm not asking when to show up. Just asking
And it got really creepy after you.
Tell me if one shows up behind me. I guess I'd see it.
I'm like watching Rob's windows behind him. If one's gonna pop up, it'll be behind Rob.
There's people that describe. I saw Aaron Belke would put in. There's the top hat, like the Abraham Lincoln top hat thing. You know, I've kind of seen that in another encounter I had where it was like almost like a top hat, but the one time it walked up to me, it was almost like a fedora. Maybe a little bit taller than your normal fedora, but I wouldn't call it a top hat. But I did see something on one other time. It was like a top hat.
I finally did see what I guess I can only call it a shadow man. I guess I think I told you.
Yeah.
At the jail out there, where I met you.
Yeah, the Crown Point.
Yeah, Crown Point. I always forget the name of that. And it was actually before you guys got there.
Yeah, I remember you told me.
Got there, and, the lady, I forget her name now, was telling us, she walked us into
Sandy,
where the stairs first go up. And, of course, I didn't get it on camera.
That's how it always works.
Showed up on camera, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I just looked up into the stairwell, and I saw, this sort of...
And a lot of people have had that experience in that stairwell. The same experience.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. And, yeah, and I mean, that's the only way I could describe it. It looked like a shadow. It was sort of, you could tell it was like a human form. There were arms and a head, sort of misshapen though. And
That sounds creepy.
Just,
yeah.
It, as quick as it was there, it was gone, it just sort of whoosh, because I looked down for a second and tilted my camera up to try to get it. And
it's
I was
gone.
with you. That was really cool. What's that running? That sounds creepy.
Yeah. Can the spirits tell us what are shadow people? We don't want shadow people here. We just want to know what are they.
Maybe that's what was talking.
See, I'm not hearing one single voice coming out of this so far.
No, it's very quiet.
Just
nope.
It's weird.
Something about the kids.
I noticed if you play with the
Well,
little
it said
knob,
something there. It
Yeah,
said
it
something
did.
about the kids.
Really?
You talk about the black-eyed kids? Why do they want into people's houses?
Were you saying something
Shadow.
about
It said shadow.
shadow.
Yep.
are there shadow children? Were you saying something about kids?
Are men in black and shadow people related?
So weird. The sound of that builds up.
Sounds like a car going by on you're under an overpass or something.
I know sometimes when I'm doing it, I'll just ever so lightly kind of move the boxes just a little bit. You know how he says he keeps it about 85 on each box? But if you tune them just a little bit as it's going, you'll all of a sudden catch stuff in between.
Oh, we got Laura Lee. See if the spirits want to talk to Laura Lee. This will be probably the last call because we will have to get done soon. It'd be fitting. Hey, Laura Lee, how you doing?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you?
Doing good. I'm so glad you called in. I was hoping you would.
Yeah, actually, I got here late. I was watching a concert online, and then I realized, oh crap! I probably almost missed Paranormal Soup.
Well, we're lucky we went later for you. I knew I was hanging in there for something.
Oh, jeez.
Happy Halloween.
It was Chester Bennington. It was a remembrance concert. Who knows? Let's see if the spirits have anything to say about that.
Oh, hey, Chester Bennington, come through, because I heard a really cool, really crazy conspiracy theory on that. That John
it was
Podesta
an
is.
awesome concert, man. Oh.
There's a conspiracy theory out there that John Podesta is his actual biological father.
No way.
I don't know who either of those people are.
Chester Bennington,
No
Lincoln
way.
Park, and John Podesta was chief of staff for President Obama.
Oh,
and he was into that spirit cooking stuff and really crazy witchcraft stuff party he was going to, and he's an odd guy. And up to no good, all I will say. And there's a conspiracy theory that Chester Bennington is his son, and he was killed because Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell were coming out about the pedophile sexual rings and stuff, and Podesta was heavily involved in it. And Chester Bennington did receive a donation from the Clinton Foundation for their one of their fundraiser things. Just saying. Off topic, it's Laura Lee.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Would you want to try to talk to the spirits tonight?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? It sounds like a good idea. You're going to be the last caller, so let's see if they'll talk to you. Go ahead and talk to them.
I got a smart ass at my house. Actually, when Chandra and I talk, I'd love to know who the smart ass is that's coming through.
Can anyone tell us who the smart ass is? What he's talking about?
Now it's quiet again. It got really, really talkative when we brought up shadow people. It was like, seemed to go nuts.
Oh, wow. It's like the app stopped working. Let me restart it.
No way.
Well, Laura Lee's on the phone. That's why. You're lucky worse didn't happen.
Of course, that's my phone.
Okay. Did it? Wow, it won't restart. Oh, okay. Wait, I think it.
I'm gonna have to hang up, Bill.
No. You're the last caller. Don't hang up.
No, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there it goes again.
It's gonna whistle as a song.
It is a song. It's like in a tune.
Like old time western. About to be a shootout.
Talk to him, Laura Lee. See if you can get him to talk to you.
Talk to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What you got to say there? You got a smart aleck that always cuts in when I'm talking to somebody. Chandra. Got all kinds of funny stuff coming through.
Well, dude,
you got
I
anything
told you
to
to
say
shut
now?
up. I heard it say shut up. Did you not hear that?
I thought I heard
shut
that
up.
too.
It said
That
shut
sounds like a
up.
smart ass.
Yeah.
That's just that I see you.
I don't know. But I can't wait to listen back to that one.
I just heard it whisper, I see you.
I see you.
Wow, it's weird how the thing gets all of a sudden. It's like it goes from like nothing to off the charts loud. Freaky.
DSEST Rigiki Omnia Yalawa.
What the hell was
Who
that?
said that? Who said that?
I don't know.
Who said that?
No one.
I think that was from the app.
No.
Never
That was a man.
Yeah.
I know. I
It
don't
was
know
a
what
foreign language, was it?
Yeah.
I have no idea what it said.
It has never done that for me.
I don't know what the hell that was.
I've watched your guys' video. I've never heard it come through like that ever.
Okay, so is this the smart Alec that talks to Laura Lee?
What was that?
I don't know.
Can you speak again?
Can you say that again?
We got excited.
It took us by surprise, and we didn't hear you.
It sounded like a foreign language.
Either that or reverse.
That was freaky.
That's a Chandra that can be in backwards.
We got excited and we didn't mean to frighten you off. We want to hear what you have to say. We're sorry that we got excited.
I've never heard it say anything like that.
I know.
That was weird.
All the videos I've seen you guys do, I've never seen anything like that come through.
Is there a message for Laura Lee?
Do you have a message for someone? Laura Lee or anyone else? Didn't quite hear what you were saying.
My heart's pounding, whatever it is.
It was really loud. I mean, it was. I don't know what it said. It was clear enough to be able to should be able to tell what it said. But it was like a foreign language. It was really weird.
Almost like a radio cut in.
Hold on a second. It sounded like it's trying to talk.
Yeah. Listen.
There's some in the background really creepy. Real creepy.
It's whispering.
Where are you guys?
Listen, but I can't hear what else.
Where are you?
Can you tell us where you are? Are you here where I am?
What do you see?
Ghost?
Ooh, that's crazy.
Do you see all of us?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Are we ghosts?
Okay, time to end the show, guys. Time to go.
That sounds like we're set, guys.
Dude, it's like it's speaking Slytherin to us.
Are we the ghosts?
Yeah.
What Jamie is asking you? Can you see us?
I don't like this app. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's creepy as hell.
You have that up
God.
to
Good thing we had the Halloween
25%.
show.
Is it sound banks or like the radio? What is that using?
I'm not sure. I haven't got to do too much research on what he's got on this one.
Very similar to the mini box.
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar.
I guess
But only with the mini box, you can't control the boxes. This lets you control the 3 boxes.
it has the 3 different channels, and it like runs on the same, what do you call it, like algorithm or something like that. And this one has 3 separate ones, one for each different channel. So I guess it has like 3 times as much of the coding or whatever.
And it's like, and your internet feed's like starting to slow down too.
And it's,
Yeah. Like I can tell like you got more grainy there and your audio was like slightly choppy. It's
really,
like,
uh-oh.
you're fine, you're fine, you're fine.
Do you want to do a closing before you shut it down?
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, for that, I'll make it official. Let's see, where's my
Say bye, Felicia. You see me say bye, Felicia, because oh.
I have my, let's see, where the heck is it at? If I can find it now.
And the gates of hell were opened by one man named Bill who couldn't figure out how to hit the close down in time.
I hear it.
St. Michael's prayer, Jennifer just typed.
And Perry was saying, "Yeah, I haven't really got much out of this." And now it's like the minions of hell showed up,
and some really foreign guys spoke. Yeah, it's just exactly.
I guess I'll go ahead and shut it down now.
Close out, like say, yeah.
Like count down, say peace out.
Okay, last messages for us before.
Stay where you are.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
And
last call for alcohol.
Thanks for talking with us.
Thanks for creeping everybody out.
Yep.
Happy Halloween.
What was that?
I don't know. I
heard the female's voice.
Yeah, I don't know what it said.
I
don't know what it says.
Did something just say it wasn't me?
No.
I didn't hear what it said. I heard the female voice, and it took me a second to contemplate that was what I was hearing.
I wasn't expecting it. It's like before.
Okay, I heard it say my name in a whisper. That ain't cool.
Okay. So, any and all spirits here or that came through to talk tonight, you have to go back now. You're not allowed to stay with us. And that's off.
Bye, Felicia. I've listened to you guys' videos, but it was nothing like that.
You're like, no way, and I'm like, heck yeah.
Jamie, I'm gonna have to call you when you're doing an EVP session.
Well, thank the spirits there. They did not disappoint on that one. Not at all.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, I got creeped out because we talk about you guys start talking about the shadow people, and then it starts sounding like that, and I'm just like,
that shadow.
Yeah.
Ira Robbins said he said, "Yes, help us." That's what he heard at the end of that, and I think that's what I heard too at the very end of it.
That woman's face.
And said, "Yes, help us."
Wow, freaky. Yeah, and now we get to cut this off, and I'm all alone here with whatever the hell was talking through that.
Well, when you're all done,
night,
Perry, just thank them for helping you or talking to you, and let them know that you'll be around.
I'll flip on another spirit box.
Yeah, they know you'll be around.
Bill's gonna sit there. Okay, good spirits come through. Good spirits.
That's what I was before I.
Or you always know when Jeff starts freaking out during an investigation because he starts going, and we only want nice, peaceful spirits.
Nice spirits.
We only want to talk. We come in peace, and I always know that's when he's tripping.
I always say that before I do a spirit back session here.
Well, thank all you guys for coming in tonight for the Halloween party. 3rd annual Halloween party. I can't believe it. We ran a little bit over, but it was
Ira
fun.
for letting us stay late.
Yeah, I gotta thank my wife. I don't know
Thank you
how
so
happy
much,
she'll be about
and
it.
thank you for taking my phone call.
Thank you, Laura Lee, so much for calling. I'm glad we held out for you to call in, be the
Bye
last
for
caller of the
everybody.
night. Thank you, Katrina
Yeah,
and
that was
Rhodey.
Happy Halloween,
Happy
forever
Halloween.
friend.
Yeah. So this show goes by too quick. Next year, I think I will plan it out just 3 hours for the Halloween show. Just do it. I've been contemplating 3 hours for the show. I still am contemplating. I'm not sure. Because, man, it just goes by too quick. It just goes by so quick. I mean, I know some people don't make it to the end of the show because they got to go to bed too. So that's why I haven't taken an hour extra, because I know some of my audience has definitely got to go to bed, and they make it to midnight barely sometimes. So I know how it is. All right, guys. Next Sunday night, next Paranormal Soup, we're gonna have. Let me check my calendar because I almost forgot to look before the show, and I did. November 5th, we're going to have Robert. I'm sorry, Robert. I'm going to butcher your name because I haven't heard it pronounced. Robert Riggy. We're going to have him on. I don't remember. Sorry, Robert. I was so behind tonight doing show notes. I did not do show notes. About what Robert was coming on for. I'm so sorry, Robert. We talked about a couple months ago. Let's see. Robert. Oh, yeah, that's right. Right. We got a haunting in Peoria, Illinois, something like that. I'm just looking at my notes. I forgot to write notes. I'm so sorry. But Robert Riggy, we're going to talk about something paranormal. I know it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Robert. I forgot to add it in my notes. I know he's from United States, Canada, Minneapolis, Paranormal Lounge, also the Ghost Cafe. He's been to a lot of places, so we're definitely talking some paranormal ghost stuff next Sunday night. I did not get my notes together on that. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Laura Lee. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Mummy Rob. Thank you, Rhodey and Katrina. I love you guys. I was like, I got to find out if they're available. I just, I spaced it out. I'm like, wait a second, I got to make sure they're available to come on the show. So thank you so much for making it.
Invite. That's
well,
sure.
You're always invited. You're always invited. Just know you are. Love you too. All right, guys.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Third annual Paranormal Soup Halloween show ends half an hour late, but that's awesome. We had plenty of callers in. And we had some weirdness for sure going on, especially the Halo Vox. Oh my God. That is one creepy sounding app, I'm just going to say. So next Sunday night, same bad time, same bad channel, 10 p.m. to midnight Central Time, 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network, streaming live to Facebook as well for our webcast. You go to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. That is our Facebook page. Check us out on YouTube at Paranormal Soup or Jason Bland.
It's going on his screen, your eyes.
And thank you, ladies. Have a great night. Don't forget to mute yourself here at the end if you're staying on. All right, guys. Have a great night. See you next Sunday.